Have you ever watched The Matrix and wondered if our reality is just an elaborate illusion? Is everything we perceive, our surroundings, people, the entire world, merely a projection inside our brains? This idea, which sounds like the premise of a science fiction movie, is actually rooted in some serious neuroscience. In this video, we'll explore whether reality, as we perceive it, is truly real or just a sophisticated projection created by our brains. By the end of this journey, we hope to answer the question, is reality just a projection inside the brain? The concept of reality as a projection. To understand the idea of reality being a projection, let's start with how our brain processes information. The brain receives input through our senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. These sensory signals are converted into electrical impulses and sent to various regions of the brain, where they are interpreted and combined to form our perception of the world. However, our perception doesn't always perfectly align with the objective reality. Optical illusions, for instance, are prime examples of how our brain can be tricked into seeing something that isn't there or interpreting visual stimuli in ways that don't match the external world. This raises a fascinating question: if our brain can be fooled in small ways, is it possible that everything we perceive is, to some extent, a constructed reality? The brain as a reality simulator. Neuroscientists have long debated the nature of reality. A growing body of research suggests that what we experience as reality is not a direct representation of the external world but rather a simulation created by our brain. This concept is often referred to as the brain in a vat hypothesis in philosophical discussions, but in neuroscience, it has taken on a more empirical approach. Our brain is a prediction machine. It constantly anticipates what will happen next based on past experiences and current sensory inputs. According to the predictive coding theory, our brain generates a model of the world and updates this model as new information comes in. The key idea here is that what we perceive is not the world itself but our brain's best guess of what the world is like based on incomplete and sometimes ambiguous information. This simulation of reality is incredibly detailed and convincing, making it nearly impossible for us to distinguish between the brain's projection and the actual external world. This is why virtual reality, VR, can feel so immersive. Our brain fills in the gaps, making the experience seem more real than it actually is. Perception and consciousness, the tightly interwoven relationship. The relationship between perception and consciousness is crucial to this discussion. Consciousness, or our awareness of ourselves and our surroundings, arises from the complex interactions of neural networks in the brain. Neuroscientists argue that consciousness itself might be a byproduct of the brain's simulation of reality. In other words, the very thing that makes us aware of the world around us might also be the reason we are trapped within this projected reality. If consciousness is tied to the brain's ability to simulate reality, then our experience of the world is inherently subjective. What we consider to be reality is, in fact, a personalized version of the world, unique to each individual. How reliable is our perception? Given that our perception of reality is a product of our brain's simulation, how reliable is it? This question has profound implications. If our perception can be influenced by various factors, like emotions, expectations, or even brain chemistry, then reality as we know it might be more fluid than we think. For instance, studies have shown that people can experience vastly different realities under the influence of psychedelic substances, which alter the brain's usual way of processing sensory information. These altered states of consciousness challenge the notion of a single, objective reality and suggest that what we perceive can be dramatically changed by tweaking the brain's inner workings. The brain as a master conductor, how it orchestrates reality. Imagine your brain as the conductor of an orchestra, where each instrument represents a different sense: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. The conductor's job is to take the notes played by each instrument and blend them into a harmonious piece of music. Similarly, your brain takes sensory inputs and integrates them into a coherent experience of reality. However, just as a conductor interprets a musical score and adds personal flair, your brain interprets sensory data and adds layers of meaning, expectation, and emotion. For example, when you look at a tree, your eyes capture light reflecting off the leaves, trunk, and branches. This light is converted into electrical signals and sent to the brain, where it is processed in the visual cortex. But what you see is not just a raw image of the tree. Your brain also draws on memory to recognize it as a tree, predicts its texture and weight based on past experiences, and even infers what it might feel like to touch its rough bark. Optical illusions, the brain's reality distortion field. Optical illusions are one of the most straightforward ways to demonstrate that our perception of reality can be distorted. Take, for example, the famous Muller-Lyer illusion, where two lines of the same length appear to be different lengths due to the arrowheads at their ends. Despite knowing that the lines are the same length, your brain's interpretation is biased by the context provided by the arrowheads. This happens because your brain is not merely passively receiving information, it is actively constructing a perception based on patterns it has learned over time. In the case of the Muller-Lyer illusion, your brain uses contextual cues, the arrowheads, to interpret the line's lengths. The result is a perception that deviates from the objective reality. The role of expectations, perception is not passive. Our expectations also play a significant role in shaping our perception of reality. This phenomenon is known as top-down processing, where our brain uses prior knowledge and expectations to interpret sensory information. Consider a classic experiment where participants are shown a series of ambiguous images that could either be perceived as a duck or a rabbit. If participants are primed with the concept of Easter, they are more likely to see a rabbit. If they are primed with thoughts of a pond, they are more likely to see a duck. The image itself hasn't changed, but the perception has, driven by what the brain expects to see. This highlights that what we perceive is not just about the data coming in through our senses but also about how our brain processes that data based on what it expects, believes, or even desires. Virtual reality, a glimpse into the brain's power to construct reality. Virtual reality, VR, provides a tangible example of how easily the brain can be convinced that a simulated environment is real. In VR, you wear a headset that displays computer-generated images, and as you move, the images adjust to create the illusion of being in a different place. The environment might be a fantastical landscape, a deep ocean, or even outer space. Despite knowing that you are standing in your living room, your brain quickly adapts to the virtual environment, and your body reacts accordingly. Your heart rate might increase if you're standing on the edge of a virtual cliff, or you might instinctively reach out to grab an object that doesn't exist. This is possible because your brain uses the same processes to interpret the virtual environment as it does to interpret the real world. The sensory data provided by the VR headset is processed just like any other sensory input, and your brain fills in the gaps to create a seamless experience. The fact that VR can feel so immersive underscores the idea that our perception of reality is largely constructed by our brain, based on the information it receives. Hallucinations, when the brain creates its own reality. Hallucinations provide another striking example of how the brain can create a reality that feels entirely real but does not correspond to the external world. Hallucinations can occur under various conditions due to mental illness, drug use, or even extreme stress. During a hallucination, people perceive things that are not present in the external environment, such as hearing voices, seeing images, or feeling sensations. In these cases, the brain is generating sensory experiences without corresponding external stimuli. This suggests that the brain has the capacity to create an entirely self-generated reality, one that feels just as real to the person experiencing it as the shared reality we all perceive. The philosophical implications: reality as a subjective experience. The notion that reality is a projection inside the brain also aligns with some long-standing philosophical ideas. For instance, the philosopher Immanuel Kant argued that we can never know the thing in itself, the world as it truly is, because our perception is always filtered through our sensory and cognitive faculties. This means that reality, as we experience it, is always a blend of the external world and our internal processing. Similarly, René Descartes famously questioned the certainty of everything except for his own existence with the phrase cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. Descartes considered that our senses could deceive us and that the only thing we can be sure of is the existence of our own thoughts. This skepticism about the external world further supports the idea that our experience of reality might be more of an internal construct than an accurate reflection of the world outside. The neuroscience behind reality construction. From a neuroscientific perspective, our experience of reality is the result of complex interactions within the brain. Different brain regions are responsible for processing various types of sensory information, and these regions are interconnected in ways that allow for the integration of these inputs into a unified experience. For example, the primary visual cortex processes basic visual information, such as edges and movement, but it doesn't work in isolation. It communicates with higher-level areas of the brain that contribute to recognizing objects, identifying faces, and even integrating emotional responses into what we see. Moreover, the brain's default mode network, DMN, which is active when we are at rest and not focused on the outside world, plays a role in constructing our sense of self and our narrative of the world. This network is thought to be involved in daydreaming, imagining the future, and reflecting on the past, activities that highlight how our brain is constantly constructing and reconstructing reality, even when we are not directly engaging with the external environment. Practical implications: how understanding perception can change our lives. Recognizing that reality is a projection inside the brain has practical implications for how we live our lives. It can encourage us to be more mindful of how our thoughts, emotions, and expectations shape our perception of the world. For instance, if we know that our mood can influence how we perceive a situation, we might work on regulating our emotions to see things more clearly. It also suggests that by changing our internal state, through meditation, cognitive behavioral therapy, or even just positive thinking, we can alter our experience of reality in meaningful ways. This doesn't mean that we can completely change the external world, but it does mean that we have some control over how we perceive and interact with it. Conclusion: reality is what we make of it. So, is reality just a projection inside the brain? While this idea might seem disconcerting at first, it's important to recognize that this projection is incredibly sophisticated. Our brains have evolved to create a coherent and useful representation of the world, enabling us to navigate life successfully. Yet, the fact that our reality is a brain-generated simulation opens up new avenues for exploring consciousness, perception, and even the nature of existence itself. As neuroscience continues to advance, we may get closer to understanding the true nature of reality, but for now, we can marvel at the idea that what we consider real might be more subjective than we ever imagined. In the end, whether reality is a projection or not, the way we experience the world is real to us. And perhaps, that's all that truly matters. By understanding that our brains are actively constructing our experience of the world, we can gain insight into the nature of consciousness, the fluidity of reality, and the power we have to influence our own perceptions. Whether through optical illusions, virtual reality, or altered states of consciousness, we can see that reality is not fixed but is, to some extent, what we make of it. If you found this exploration of reality and the brain as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the mysteries of the mind and the world around us. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you perceive reality? We'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.